Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear brothers and sisters, today we are going to look at the one verse of the Quran that is too interesting and that is teaching many things. And then after we can measure the weight of the holy book. The verse is from Surah Al-fatr, verse number 12. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَمَا يَسْتَوِي الْبَحْرَانِ. Al-Mutala says, two seas are not alike. Two seas are not alike. هَذَا عَذَابٌ فُرَاتٌ سَائِغٌ شَرَابُهُ. One has palatable, sweet, drinkable water. One has pleasant water. One has sweet water. وَهَذَا مِلْحٌ أُجَاجٌ. And one has salty, unpleasant, unpalatable water. Then after Allah says, وَمِنْ كُلٍّ تَأْكُلُونَ لَحْمًا طَرِيًّا. And both of them, even though the nature of the two is different, even though the nature of waters of the two is different, one has pleasant, one has sweet, palatable water, drinkable water, and the second has unpleasant, unpalatable water, but both of them you get a fresh, tender meat. This is sign, one of the sign. If you take a flesh, if you take a meat from one of the sea and from one of the other sea, you will get, the taste will be same. There is no sign, you will not find any sign by which you can distinguish whether the meat has been taken from one sea or whether the meat has been taken from the other sea. This is even though the nature of their waters is different. See the greatness of what Allah teaches us. I searched this, but I did not find any article regarding this in the internet. Then after Allah says, very, very great, important point. وَتَسْتَخْرِجُونَ حِلْيَةً تَلْبَسُونَهَا. And from these seas you get the ornaments you wear. The ornaments you wear. Now we think which type of ornaments we get. Allah says in Surah Ar-Rahman, verse number 22-23. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. يَخْرُجُ مِنْهُمَ اللُّؤْلُؤُ وَالْمَرْجَانُ فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. And out of them you get the pearls and corals. Which of the blessings of your Lord you will deny? In Surah Ar-Rahman, verse number 22-23. Here Almighty Allah teaches us that the pearls, the corals you are getting from water bodies, doesn't matter which type of sea it is, whether the sea is of palatable or whether the sea is of unpalatable. We have learned getting these parallels. We have learned getting these quarrels from disbelievers because we have never opened our book. We have never opened the book of Almighty Allah. We have never opened the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we are saying that it is just boring. We are not knowing. If we had opened the book of Almighty Allah before we have learned from these disbelievers, then we would be the best believers. Then we would be the best slaves of Almighty Allah. But because of getting the knowledge from these non-believers, we are becoming the servants, or we are becoming the slaves of these non-believers. Then after Almighty Allah teaches, وَتَرَى الْفُلْكَ فِيهِ مَوَاخِرُ وَتَرَى الْفُلْكَ فِيهِ مَوَاخِرُ. And you see the ships cleave the water, because here Almighty Allah says, and the ships cleave the water. Why Almighty Allah is saying this? Almighty Allah is actually teaching us that if you have to make a ship, you have to make it in a way that it will cleave the water. Otherwise, it cannot follow. Otherwise, you cannot make sail. Otherwise, the ship cannot follow over the water unless you make it with edge. Because if you see, if we make a ship in a square shape, in front it will get here the water, and the water will not make the ship to follow. It will restrict it. And when you make it in this edge shape, it will be easy for the ship to follow. Allah teaches us. Then after Allah says, لِتَبْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِهِ, so that you will search the bounty of Almighty Allah. Because whenever we open the book of Almighty Allah, we are seeing that Almighty Allah is saying you need to observe the nature. Almighty Allah is teaching us many things, like as Almighty Allah has taught us here that you have to make ship in this way. Almighty Allah has taught us here that you are getting these ornaments, like as spirals, like as corals from the sea water. When we get these things real in practical way, it will become one of the way that we will get closer to Almighty Allah. Almighty Allah says that so that you will find my bounty. مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, and you will thank. Whenever we get these things, whenever we observe the nature, whenever we see in real way that what Almighty Allah has taught us in the Quran and it is real, be one of the way that we will get closer to Almighty Allah and we will thank Almighty Allah. This is only one verse which has taught us many things. But we are leaving our holy book. We are leaving the holy book of Almighty Allah, which has no error, and we are holding the rope of these non-believers. Even though Almighty Allah has made us independent, Almighty Allah has not made us dependent on these disbelievers, but we are by our own selves, we are making ourselves their slaves. And in this way, we are facing problems. In this way, we are anguish. In this way, we are deprived from the pleasure of deen, from the pleasure of Almighty's teachings. I think you might have got this ayat rightly. You would have enjoyed this video. Goodbye. See you next day. Assalamu alaikum.